Good morning, everyone. In the last class, we are trying to discuss the constructor injection and setter injection. So also, we identify the difference between constructor injection and setter injection. So this section is very important here. So how exactly the dependency injection we are going to work? So to work with the dependency injection, what are the advantages we are going to get? And in that, we identified the differences we are having. So we are having two differences here. The first one, constructor injection. So how we are going to work with the constructor injection, right? And same way, we are trying to work with the setter injection. So any questions regarding this particular constructor injection and setter injection? Anyone having any doubts still? Okay, so we'll try to check with another important section here, because if you observe in the previous classes, whatever the object we are trying to work with here, so we are working on the single object here. So either if we work with the constructor injection or we are working with the setter injection, but both the objects are into the single object. But if we want to work with the multiple objects here, getting the point. So if we want to work with the multiple objects here, so how we can work on that? Right. So to work on that, the particular object here, so what are the ways we can create? Basically, we already identified the collection framework in core Java. So using the same functionalities, we are going to work here. To work on the collection of objects here, we are going to work with the collection framework here. So we'll identify here how exactly we can work on this particular collection framework here. The simple example I want to write here. Observe carefully. So to work on this particular collection framework here, so first what we need to do, we need to define the one implementation class. So again, I'm going to work with the same performer implementation class here. So this time the class is different here. So I want to check with the one-man band here. So this is the implementation of which interface here. So this section we already discussed the interface called performer. So based on this particular performer interface here, so which method we are going to override? The perform method we are going to override here. So now we are trying to override this particular perform method. But now if you observe, so I want to check with this particular collection of objects here. Yes. So I want to define one more object here, something called instrument. Getting the point. So this particular instrument, now you can see we are having collection of objects information here. So how exactly this particular collection of objects are going to work here? So to work on this particular instrument here, what we need to do? Basically, so we are going to create a instrument as a interface here. Getting the point. So using this particular instrument, what we are going to do? So we are going to place some instrument here. So create an interface called this particular instrument here. Right. So we created this particular interface, and later what I am trying to do here. So simply I want to call this particular method called play. So I want to define this particular method here. Now we identified here this particular instrument. So this particular instrument which is expecting as a collection of objects here. Now whenever this particular instrument is expecting so collection type, so first what we need to do? We need to work on the constructor injection or setter injection. So we identify based on our requirement, we are going to call the constructor injection or setter injection. Right, now I'm going to work with the setter injection here. So to work on this particular setter injection, what we need to do? Now So here we need to provide the set instrument. So this particular parameter, which is going to take as a collection of object information. I'm going to copy this, save the collection of object information here, and later, so this dot instrument here, so now observe what I'm doing here. So I'm trying to define this particular collection of instrument objects here. Right. So later, what we are going to do, so using this particular instrument here, we are going to call, what we are going to do. So we are going to call this particular play method here. So action dot play method we are going to call. So carefully observe here, whenever we are trying to pass this particular collection of objects here, what we are doing here. So whenever we are trying to call this particular perform method, internally we are creating this particular instrument references. So from this particular instrument reference here, we are going to call, so which method we are going to call? Something called play method. Cutting the point. So this section is very important here. Now we identified here, so whenever this particular set instrument method is going to call, so what we need to do? We need to specify this particular collection of object information here. And now, so we are working on the setter injection. So we are not working on the constructor injection. So we are working on the setter injection. So to work on this particular setter injection, what we need to do? So basically, we need to work on the all the interface related implementation classes. So now you can understand here, the first class I am going to work here, first one, instrument IMPL. So this instrument IMPL, so which is going to implement from the instrument class. Right. So once this particular instrument IMPL be implemented, we need to override the method. So there's something called play method here. And what is the message I want to add here? So for just understanding here, we are going to write this particular message here. And so this particular instrument IMPL, whenever we are going to call this particular play method, so we'll get a sound call instrument. Right. So just for understanding, whenever we are calling this particular play method, we are going to get this particular message here. So one implementation we identified here. So one more interface I want to provide here. So another interface here I want to specify like guitar. So this is also one of the another interface. Cutting the point. And now, so this particular guitar, so which is going to implement from the instrument here. So whenever we are trying to implement this particular guitar class, so we are going to get some sound here. What is the name of the sound? Something. Getting the point. So these are the sound we are going to get here whenever we are trying to call the particular guitar class. And same way, whenever we are trying to implement to another interface, so another implementation class here, let me add here. So now I'm going to work with the piano. So this particular piano, so which is going to implement from the same the particular interface called instrument here. So how many classes we are trying to implement here? We are trying to implement 3 classes here. So this particular piano, so we may get different sound here, something called blink, blink, blink. Okay. So these are the different implementation classes we are having for this particular instrument here. So if you understand carefully, whenever we are trying to create this particular the one-man band here. So what we are doing is, so this particular one man, so which is going to play the different types of instruments here. So this particular one man, so which is going to play different types of instruments here. So to work on this, first what we need to do, we need to specify the so multiple instruments here. Getting the point. So we need to provide the multiple instrument here. The multiple instrument we already provided. Provided is nothing but we already implemented using this particular instrument interface here. Right. Now we identified here. Whenever we are going to get each object here, so each method is going to call. So we may get different messages here. Now we identified here. Back to here. First we need to create this particular object. So while creating this particular object internally, so which is depending on this particular instrument object here. The one-man band which is going to depends on this particular instrument here. So whenever this particular one-man band which is going to depends on the collection of objects here, so what are the ways we can create here? So to understand here, first what we need to do, we need to go to this particular configuration class first. So let me comment this all the sections. And so I want to provide so bean ID. So what is the ID we can specify here? Something called the same performer I'm trying to specify. And later I'm trying to work with the class. So the class here we need to specify with a fully qualified name. So com.java technology dot so one man band. Right, now we identified here. So if you observe carefully, whenever we are trying to specify here, so we cannot work with the single property as well as the single constructor here. Cutting the point. So directly we need to work on the collection of objects here. So to work on this particular collection of objects here, so we need to check whether so which injection we are working for. Right. So which dependency injection we are working for. So this is important here. So we are working on the setter injection. Whenever we are working on the setter injection, what we need to do? So we need to specify the property. Right. So what is the name of the property we are having? The name of the property is something called instrument. Right. Inside this particular property, so we are having the tag called list. We are having the tag called list here. So inside this particular list here, so what we are going to do, because this particular one-man band, so which is depending on internally collection of objects here. Right. So we need to specify so how many collection of objects we are going to work here. So to specifying the particular each collection of objects here, what we need to do? So we need to define the one list tag. Inside this particular list tag, we need to specify the ref tag here. So the particular ref tag, what it's going to do? So which is going to provide the reference of the bean. Now you can see, so we need to specify the reference bean here. Cutting the point. So what is the name of the bean we need to specify here? So how many beans we are going to create as a collection of objects here? So each bean information we need to specify here. Right. Now what are the beans I want to specify? So the first one here, instrument. First one, instrument. And second one, the second one is guitar, and another one is piano. So we are having three object information here. We are having three object information here. So we need to specify this particular three object information. So now you can see, so we specified the reference bean. So whenever we are trying to specify this particular reference bean, what we need to do? We need to provide the bean tags like this. We need to provide the particular bean tags here. So now you can see, how I'm going to specify this particular three bean tags here. The first one, we are having instrument, and the second one we are having guitar, and the third one we are having piano. So whenever we are trying to work with this particular instrument, what we need to do? We are having the class called instrument IMPL. So the particular class I need to specify here. Right. And later, so what is another class? So we are going to have guitar. So this particular guitar. And later, another class we are having piano. So these are the three classes we need to specify. So observe carefully. So we are trying to create an object of this particular bean class, and internally, so this particular bean, so which is expecting, so which is depending on the other beans here. So the other beans we are going to have as a collection of objects here, and we need to specify like this. To work on this particular collection of objects here, we need to work on like this. So why I'm working like this here? Because of the collection of objects we are having setter injection here. The collection of objects are going to injected through this particular setter injection here. And internally, so we need to specify the property tag, and later we need to specify the list tag. So why we are specifying this particular list tag? Because we are going to have multiple objects here. So more than one object we are going to get. So because of this, we need to work on the list tag. And internally, we need to specify the reference of this particular each bean, where exactly these beans are configured here. So now, if I'm going to work with this particular same performer into the main class here, so let me call the same example here. Now we are going to get three println statements here. So we are getting an error here. What is the error? Something called instrument. So we are having the invalid property. So we need to check what is the name of the property. So go to our configuration. Let me run the same example one more time. What happened? No property home. Okay, invalid property exception. So, okay, sorry. Here I need to work on the instruments. Okay, let me change here also. Let me run the same example. Basically, whatever the property we given, so which is not expecting here. So observe carefully. So the mistake here, I provided as a instrument, but we are going to get as a multiple object. So we need to specify the plural information, something called instruments. Right. Now you can see how many instruments we are having here. We are having three instruments here. So this particular three, all the instruments, so we configure in our configuration file, and whenever we are trying to work with this particular one-man band, so we are internally we are calling this particular setter injection to work on the particular all the collection of objects here. Any questions regarding this particular collection related example here? So this is also very important here. So how we can work on the particular collection related example here. So Flura is nothing but more than one object we are going to get. So single is instrument is nothing but which is expecting only one object here. So instrument is nothing but, so now you can see we are having collection of objects here. So collection of objects is nothing but we are working on the multiple objects here, not only the single object here. So because of this, we need to specify instrument here. Okay. So now we'll try to check with one more way. So because now we identify this, so now we identify this particular list related example here. No, so just now we identified here because I'm trying to work with a single object here. So we are getting a invalid property here. So the property basically, so which is we are checking here, collection of instrument here. So the reference, whatever the reference we are giving here, so this is not matching here. So now you can see, so I'm going to change it. And so you are going to get an error here. So invalid property of this particular instrument here. So no property instrument found. Getting one. Even we specify the instrument on the particular one man band class here. So even though which is not expected here. So if I'm going to change here, yes, good. So that is why we need to change here. So here, if we change here, so it's going to work. But basically, so that is I'm trying to explain here. Here we provided as a set instrument. Because of this, so the variable also we need to work on the same here. So whatever the variable and the method, it should be match here. So basically, for this particular instrument, the method we provided as a instrument, and we are working on the variable called instrument here. Getting the point. So we are going to get an error here. So basically, we are not going to work with this particular set instrument method. So definitely, we are going to call as a instrument. Right. Now we need to change here. So this particular variable also instruments here. So to work on this particular, again we need to change inside this particular property name. So we are getting in a values here. Observe carefully. So now we are working on this particular list here. Basically, so I want to ask one question here. So how exactly the particular list interface is going to work in the particular collection framework here? So anyone having an idea, so how exactly the list interface is going to work? Just I need a simple answer how exactly the list interface is going to work in terms of this particular core Java. So if we are having the basic knowledge of this particular list here, so we can understand here. So why the set is introduced here? Because we are going to have one more tag here. So if you observe, here we are going to see set tag also. So why again they introduce this particular set tag? Getting the point. So even we are having this particular list, why they introduce this particular set tag? So to understand this particular set tag, so first I need to run the same example one more time here. So I need to run the same example one more time here. Now you can see, so how many objects we are having? So we are having 4. But basically, how many objects we are having? Actually, we are having only 3. Cutting the point. So we are having only 3 here. But if I'm going to specify the references, the like duplicate reference one more time here. So the duplicate reference one more time, what happens internally? Again, if which is trying to load the same object one more time here. The same object it's going to load the one more time. So it's nothing but this particular list tag which is going to allow the duplicate object information here. So duplicate object information here. Right. Now, so we don't want to work with this particular duplicate. What we can do? Simply we can go for this particular set tag here. Set tag. Getting the point. So if I'm going to work with this particular set tag, now the same example I'm going to run. Even though if we specify the duplicate reference here, but now you can observe here we are going to work with only 3 here. So previously we got 4 object information, but now we are getting 3 object information. So this is also very important we need to understand here. So the particular set tag is going to, it will not allow the duplicate here. Right. So this is only the difference between list tag and set tag. Now we identified here the collection object information. But how we can work with this particular map related examples here. Getting the point. So sometime we are going to work with map related examples also. So how exactly we can work with this particular map related example here. So to work on this particular map related example, what we are going to do? So first we need to specify the particular map here. Getting the point. So to work with this particular, I want to change this same example. So now we can see, so we are not going to work with this particular collection instrument here. Now we identified, now we are trying to move into map related example. Let me comment this section here. Here I want to specify, so private, and the key I am trying to specify as a string here, and the value I am going to work with the instrument here. Getting the point. So same way we are going to work with the instrument. Right. So we define the variable called instrument here. So whenever we are trying to define this particular instrument here, so what we can do? Again, we need to provide the particular setter injection. Right. So whenever we are trying to work with this particular setter injection, what we can do? We need to change this particular method parameter of collection to map here. Collection to map here. So these two sections we need to understand here, and later we need to work on this particular perform method. Right. So whenever we are trying to work with this particular perform method, what happens internally? So basically we are going to get this map related information here. Right. So map we already aware of it, which is going to take as a key value pair here. So we are specifying as a key thing, and the particular value we are specifying as the particular instrument object here. Right. So now if we are going to work with this particular map related objects here, so we need to work on the perform method. So how exactly we can work here? Now you can understand here. So using this particular map here, I'm going to call key set here. So instead of key set, so now, so whenever we are trying to load this particular key set here, what we are going to do? So using this particular instrument.get key set we are going to pass here, and later we are going to call play method. So later we are going to call this particular play method here. So now we need to understand how exactly so this particular perform method is going to work internally. Getting the point. So carefully observe here what exactly we are trying to work here. We are trying to assign the map related information to this particular set instrument method, and later using this particular instrument reference here, we are going to call this particular play method. Right. So here also we are going to work on the three objects here, but the difference here. So previously we identified the collection related list and set here, but now we are going to work with map related information. Map related information here. But back to here in the configuration file, so how we can work on this particular map related information. So to work on this particular object information, what we can do? Simply up to this, I want to copy. And yes, inside this particular property, now you can understand here. So we are going to work on the same property here, and later, so here we are not going to work with this kind of set. So which tag we need to work here? We are having the tag called map here. Getting the point. So this particular map tag we need to work here. So internally, so what exactly the map tag will contain internally. So now we can see to work with this particular map tag, what we are having here, we are having the one more tag called entry. Getting the point. So now you can see inside this particular entry, so what we need to specify here. So we are having four types of this particular attributes here. The first one key ref, value, and value ref. So using this particular four attributes, we are going to work on the map related information. So we are going to work with key here. So we are not going to work with key ref. Basically, so this particular key ref, which we are trying to pass another reference here. So we can move on to this particular key ref here. But we are going to work on this particular key, the same. So key is nothing but, so we are going to provide the name of the key. So we are not referencing, so we are not referencing from the other objects here. Getting the point. So if we are not referencing here, what we can do, simply we can use this particular key object here. Okay, let me use this particular key. So what are the key we can use? The first one. So I want to work with the instrument, and so key we identify. What about this particular value? Can we work on the value or value ref? So value, so as we discussed in the primitive data types, we can work on that. But basically, we are going to work on the object style here. We are working on the object style here. So how, if you are working on the object style, what we can do? We'll move on to the value ref here. So we need to work on the value ref here. So value ref, what we can do, we need to specify the bean ID. Whatever the bean ID we are having, so the particular bean ID we need to specify like this. Getting the point. Now, how many objects we are having? We are having three. So I want to change to the three objects information. Second one is guitar, and third one is piano. Right. Now, so we need to work on this remaining two objects information here. Later, I want to check with the piano. So these are the very important concepts we are trying to discuss here. Whenever we are having collection of objects here, so how we are referencing here this particular B, and how we are trying to work with this particular values here. Right. Now, we identified the each and every object information. So we are going to run the same application here. So because we are not changing any the get bin name here. So now you can see the same method we are getting here. So the particular same message we are finding here. But now, so what is the difference? The previous example and current example here. So previously we are working on this particular collection information. Now we are working on the map related example here. Getting the point. So to print this particular map related information, whether the keys we are getting same or not, what we can do? So we'll try to print here the key related information. So key set. Go back to here. Now you can observe the key we are having instrument. So once the key is printed, the play method is calling. And the key we are having guitar, the guitar related information we are getting. The key we are having piano, the piano related information we are getting here. So whatever the keys we specified in the configuration file, the same keys we are getting or not here. So these are the keys only we are trying to find. Getting the point. So these are about this particular map related example here. So any questions regarding this particular collection related examples here? Okay. So if you observe here, so basically whenever we are trying to work with this particular dependency injection here, so now what we are doing is we are going to work with the property tag as well, or either we are going to work with the property tag or we are going to work with the constructor tag here. Right. So to provide the particular dependency injection related information, so we are going to specify the particular tags related information in our configuration file. So how many objects we are going to have for each object, what we are doing internally, we are going to work on this particular tags related information, the constructor and property tag. But here, so if I'm going to write here, like if you are having hundreds objects here, so what we are going to do? The particular 100 tags we are going to define in our configuration file here. Getting the point. So instead of writing these many configuration tags here, so how we can eliminate this kind of this particular configuration tags here? Because we want to reduce our configuration file size here. Getting the point. Basically, what happens here, for each object, if you are going to write either the constructor injection or this particular setter injection, so definitely the configuration file is going to increase here. So to reduce here, what are the changes we may need to do here? Getting the point. So to reduce this particular configuration file here, so one important concept we introduce here, something called auto wire. So how exactly this particular auto wiring is going to work here? Getting the point. So to understand this particular auto wiring concept here, basically whenever we are trying to specify this particular auto wiring here, what happens internally? So based on we are having some of the properties here. Based on this particular properties here, the object is going to injected automatically. Getting the point? The object is going to injected automatically. So we don't want to specify here explicitly. So what exactly the object is going to contain here. Getting the point? So using this particular auto wiring concept here, we can reduce some of the particular configuration file size. Getting the point? So how we are going to work on this particular auto wiring here? But what you are understanding here, this particular auto wiring is, so whenever we are trying to specify this auto wiring concept here, so whatever the bean properties we are going to have, the particular bean properties here, so those are going to configure automatically, right? So once it is configured here, so they are ready to use those particular beans here. So these are the two sections are going to handle by this particular auto wiring concept here. Right. Now we understand here. So what are the types of this particular auto wirings we are going to have? Getting the point. So what are the types we are going to have? So to understand this particular types here, first we need to understand by type here. So sorry, by name and so we are going to have four types here. First one called the by name, second one called by type, and so third one constructor. The fourth one is, so we are not going to work here, auto detect. So, so these are the auto wiring concepts here. Sort of wiring here. But if you observe, so basically now we are trying to discuss the XML related configuration. So once this particular XML related configuration is completed, we'll try to check with the annotation related example here. Right. So in the annotation related example, so we are going to check with so how we can exclude the configuration in our XML file here. So first we need to understand this XML configuration. So easily we can understand the particular annotation related examples here. Okay. So now, so this same auto wiring concept we are going to work with in the annotation related also. But first we need to check with XML configurations here. Right. So as we discussed here, we are going to have four types of this particular auto wiring concept here. So by name, by type, constructor, and auto detect. So basically, this particular auto detect is deprecated here. Getting the point. So we need to focus on this particular three here. So how exactly the by name is going to work here? Basically, whenever we are trying to specify the auto wiring concept called by name here, so internally container what is going to do? Getting the point. Whenever we are trying to specify this particular by name, the container will going to find the base based on this particular name. Getting the point. Based on this particular name or based on this particular ID of the particular field. Getting the point. So whenever we are trying to specify this particular auto wiring as a by name here, what happens internally? The container is going to check the bean name. So based on this particular name of the bean or name of the ID of the particular bean here. Getting the point. So this section is very important because we already identified what is whenever we are trying to create this particular bean, we already implemented the particular ID or we can check with the name. So name is nothing but, so whatever the name we are going to specify in the particular class, so based on the particular name, the container which is going to search the file, search the particular bean related information here. So we need to understand two things here. First one name and another one called ID. Right. So how exactly this particular type is going to work here? So whenever we are trying to work with the auto wiring as a by type here, the by based on this particular bean, whatever the type we are having based on this particular bean type, the objects are going to object is nothing but the beans are going to injected here. Getting the point. The particular beans are going to injected here. So now we identify the final one constructor here. So this section, whatever the information we are going to specify as a constructor parameter, so we can work on this particular constructor injection here. So the simple example we identified whenever we are trying to discuss with constructor injection here. Right, in the constructor injection, what we are going to do? We are going to specify the object related information as a constructor parameter. As a constructor parameter here. So in this case, the constructor auto wiring concept is which is going to work here. But these two are the very important here, by name and by type here. The by name which is going to take two things here. So either it's going to check with the ID or it's going to check with the name of the bean. but only the by type here, which is going to check only type of the particular field. Right. So first we need to understand here how exactly internally it's going to work. Later we are going to work on the simple example here, so that we are going to have more understanding here how this particular auto wiring concept is going to work here. Now, so we identified here, so these are the auto wiring here. So, and here we need to understand one more important here. So whenever any auto wiring this particular type or name or constructor, anything is not matched here, what happens internally? We are going to get an exception here. So that we identified the unsatisfied dependency exception here. Getting the point. So this is also important here. So in the which scenario we are going to get the particular unsatisfied dependency exception. Getting the point. Now we'll understand here how exactly the particular exceptions also is going to occur here. Now back to here, we'll try to write a simple example on this particular auto wiring concept here. So to work on this particular auto wiring concept here, what we can do? Again, we'll go for the same type here, what we discussed in the previous example. Let me check with the previous, on this previous example we can work here. So we'll try to move on to this particular employee details here. So to enable this particular employee details here, so where we specified this particular object, okay, here we specified. Now let me comment this particular bean ID related information. So carefully observe here. This is the previous example we are going to run here. Now what I need to do here, simply I want to run with the company details here. So let me change here company details here. So I'm going to call the particular company details. So what are the information we are going to get here? Okay, sorry. Here we cannot work, right? Basically, company details we are going to get as a company. So, any idea like I got an exception here? So why I got this particular exception here? So can you please explain me why I'm getting this exception here? So this is very important example, important exception. So we may see multiple times in the real-time applications here. So just for understanding here, so in the scenario, we are going to get this particular exception here. Right. So basically, so now we can see the error message which is going to provide the more information here. Now, what is the object we are having? We are going to get any company details here. But now what we are doing here, so cannot be cast to the class called performer. So basically we are getting an object here, company details object. So we are trying to convert into this particular perform type here. Perform type here. Getting the point. So here we cannot convert one object into another object here. Right. So we can convert the object here, but we need to follow some restrictions here. So here with the performer and the company details here, we don't have any relations here. So because of this, we cannot convert one object type into another object type here. So this in this case, we may get this particular exception class cast exception here. Now I want to change this particular object here. So let me enable this section. So I'm going to run the same exception what we seen in the previous example. So we are getting any messages here. Right. Now I want to provide the auto wiring information to this particular same example here. So to specify this particular auto wiring example here, what we need to do, we are going to have one attribute called here auto wire here. So now you can see auto wire. So by default, So what we are going to get here? The auto where we are going to get by default only. So now we need to change to the different types here. I want to change to the by name here. I want to change to the by name here. So whenever we are trying to specify here, so what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to write this particular two sections here. I'm not going to write to this particular two sections here. Now what we are doing here, this particular company details, we are going to create an object here. And whenever we are trying to create this particular company details here, so what we are doing here, we are going to work with the depending beans here. So what we are having the dependent beans here, so those beans we are having company details here. So let me comment this particular property section. So basically primitive types is not going to work. Why it is not going to work primitive types? Because we need to specify the value of the particular primitive data types here. Right. So compiler cannot, like the container cannot provide the primitive values here. But here the objects for the object type only, so which is going to inject it automatically. So now if I'm going to run the same example, so we need to understand we are going to get any null pointer or we are going to get any object information here. So now we can see what happening internally. So even though now we need to understand quickly, even though this particular line I'm commenting here, getting the point. So this particular property related, the tag if I'm going to comment here, still we are getting a information here. Getting the point. So still we are getting the information here. So now what you are understanding here? So using this particular auto-fire attribute here, so whenever we are trying to specify here, so the object is going to inject it automatically. So how this particular object is going to inject it here? Based on the name of the particular bean here. So we'll understand here what is the name of our bean we are having. So we need to check here company details here. Where is our company details we are having? Only company we are having. Okay. So we'll try to open the company details here. You can see. So what we are specifying here, we are having this particular object here, something called details here. Based on this particular name of the bean, the dependent object is going to create here. And here we are having, this is the interface here. But what is the implementation we specified here? So something we specified in the configuration here, employer details too. Getting the point. So we need to check here which object we are getting, something called related object we are information we are getting here. Right. So based on this particular name of the bean, so which is going to create for this particular object here, which is going to create an object of this particular employee detail, and which is written the same object here. And one more here, we want to check with the type of this particular bean here. So what is the type of this particular bean we are having here? So this is important here. Right. So now you can see. Now you can see the whatever the method we are having here. So based on this particular method which is executed, we need to switch to the by type here. So type also we are going to have same here. The type also we are going to have same type here. Because the name of the bean and type also we specified what happened internally. So company details defined in the configuration file and satisfied. So you can see unsatisfied dependency. So we explained here the exception we are going to get. No unique beans. Okay. Oh, we are having two beans here. Getting the point. The type we are having 2 years. So because of this, we are getting conflict here. So we need to change it. So now where is our configuration file? So I don't want to work with the two beans here. So now you can see the type also we are having same here. So how we can identify the type? You can see inside this particular company detail, the object type here. So what is the type here? So which is we specifying as a interface type here. Getting the point. So based on this, we can work on the same example here. Based on this particular, we can work on the same example. Now you can see we are getting the same object information here. Getting the point. So this is a way we can work on the particular name of the bean and type of the bean. Right. Now, so we want to check with the constructor here. So if I'm going to change to the constructor here, if I'm going to change to the constructor, the same example I want to run here. So if we are not having, so now you can see we are getting a null pointer exception here. So can you please explain me why I'm getting this particular null pointer exception here? So why I'm getting this particular null pointer exception here? This is very important here. So can we see where we are getting this particular null pointer exception? So if you observe, here, so what we are doing here? Whatever the details we are object we are getting, we are trying to convert into this particular employee type here. But so where we are getting here? So which one we are getting as a null here? Which one we are getting as a null? So the details we are getting as a null here. Why we are getting this particular details as a null? Right. Now you can see, so this particular details, so we specified a reference of this particular interface called first here. But now, so this particular details object is not yet created here. Why it is not yet created here? Because we specified as a setter injection here. But now, what we are doing in our configuration file, we have to work on the constructor style here. We are trying to work on the constructor style here. So because of this, we are getting the objects null here. So this particular employee details object is not yet created here. This particular employee details object is not yet created here. So if the object is not yet created, the references we are going to get as a null here. So because of this particular reference we are getting null, what we are doing internally, we are calling the particular method here. So with the object null, if I am going to call anything, so we may get null pointer exceptions here. Right. So now you need to understand here. So how exactly we can create this particular object information. So anyone having any questions regarding this particular auto wiring concept here? Okay. So if we don't have anything here, so tomorrow we are going to check with more information on this particular auto wiring. So we'll try to check with one more example on this. So the constructor related example, and later, so we'll try to move on to the scope related example here. So how exactly the bean scope star is going to work here. After discussing this particular bean scopes here, now we are going to work with the particular init method and destroy method. So before initializing some properties, how we can provide the init method, and after discussing before destroying this particular object here, so we are going to work with the destroy method. So these two sections we are going to discuss in the tomorrow class, and once it is completed here, we'll try to move on to the simple annotation related example here. So to understand the annotation related example here, what we need to do? we need to work on the XSD 3.0 XSD. We need to work here, right? So this is the way we are going to work with the day-to-day classes here. So we'll continue tomorrow regarding this, reminding this particular auto wiring concepts here.